Jamie, how are you?
Not too bad.
So, how have things been since last week?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, it's actually felt pretty good overall.
Okay. Any insights, awarenesses?
No, I mean, I think one thing I noticed was that thing we worked on last week with that memory and not believing I'm good enough and now believing I'm good enough. I think I just felt better overall at work, which is really cool. And I know a lot of why I struggled with some work stressors was not believing I was good enough. So I think that was a really cool thing to notice.
Great. Okay. So let's just check back in. All right. So when you bring up the target that we were working on with the 6th grade and the girls on the playground, what are you noticing now?
Nothing. I mean, it still feels like what we said last week, pretty clear.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being no disturbance and 10 being the worst you can imagine, how disturbing is it to you as you sit here now and look back?
0.
0? Okay. And the positive belief that you had arrived at?
I'm good enough.
I'm good enough? So when you hold that together with the original target, and if there was any image or worst part, on a scale of 1 to 7, with 1 being completely false and 7 being completely true, how true does I am good enough feel to you now as you sit here and look back?
Nah, it's still 7.
Still 7? Okay. And scanning the body?
Nothing out of the ordinary, no.
Okay. All right. So then what we would want to do next then is we would want to go ahead and take this target that we had worked on of the belief of I'm not good enough and take that into the future and set up a future template looking at the negative belief I'm not good enough and a future scenario where that might have come into play.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can still stick with this work issue
Okay.
for that because, like I mentioned to you, things have been going well at work overall, which was a big concern that I had related to competence and performance. But I know that there's an evaluation coming up here in a few weeks. And, you know, there can be that issue of, like, thinking my boss likes my performance, but I guess I kind of always had this subtle fear, like, what if it seems that way and then it's not something else? And it's all about this competence and good enough stuff, so I think we can work on that.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and set up a target of this future template of the scenario with the future evaluation and then the negative belief I'm not good enough. Okay.
Yeah, that works great.
Okay. So, hey Jamie, how are things been?
It's been a pretty good week. I mean, I think the last session went okay. Yeah.
All right. Any insights, awarenesses since last week's session with what we were working on?
Well, you know, as you know, my big reason I came here was to deal with not feeling good enough and competent at work. So work overall has been better in terms of not doubting myself so much, but I still had a couple times during the week at work where it was like,
Okay. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and bring up the target that we were working on last session? You know, so we had completed it, but let's go ahead and check back in on it.
Sure.
Okay. So when you bring back up that memory, the 6th grade girls on the playground.
Okay.
What are you noticing now?
There's a little bit of stuff in the stomach and the heart.
Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being no disturbance and 10 being the worst you can imagine, how disturbing is it to you as you sit here now and look back on it?
Probably about a 2.
About a 2?
So it came up. Is that bad?
No, not at all.
All right.
That's why we're checking back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we can go ahead and address whatever may have come up between last session and now.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
So when you bring it up now, it's a 2? Okay. So what we want to do then is we're going to kind of pick up with that. We're going to reactivate the network, the memory network, and pick back up where it is now and continue to reprocess it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring up the memory of the 6th grade girls on the playground and them teasing you about the boy. And when you bring that up, is there an image or a worse part?
Yeah, there's one girl in particular still who I'm seeing.
Okay. So when you notice that one girl and the negative belief, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. What you prefer to believe?
I'm good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on a 0 to 7, I'm sorry, 1 to 7, with 1 being false, 7 being completely true.
It still feels true.
Okay.
You know, completely true that I am good enough. I think part of it is like, why are there people like her in the world? Like that's kind of coming up.
Got it. Okay. And so what emotions are coming up when you think of that image, that worst part of that girl?
Just like that, what I just said, like, ugh, like it gets like an ick. I know it's not really a word, but like, why are there people like her in the world? You know, why do girls like me? I guess it's just angst.
Got
That
it.
would probably be the
Angst
word.
and ick? Got it.
Angst and ick, yeah.
Okay. And you said 0 to 10?
It's about a 2 still.
2?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not horrible, but there's something there.
Okay. And where are you feeling that in your body?
It's right here.
Right here?
It's kind of right here.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you hold together the target memory, okay, of the 6th grade girls on the field, and that the girl's face is the worst part. I'm not good enough. Notice that ick and angst and where you're feeling into your body.
Okay.
Hi, Jamie. How are things?
Hey. Oh, things are pretty good. It's a pretty uneventful week at work.
Okay. Any insights, awarenesses since last session?
Well, I mean, I've been coming here because work has been challenging, not feeling good enough, competent enough around certain coworkers. And I mean, overall, I'd say this week was probably one of the stronger ones I had. I mean, still a couple bumps in the road here and there, but it wasn't nearly anything like it's been.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and check back in on the target we were working on last week. Okay. And so we got to to a stopping point because we'd run out of time. So let's go ahead and check back in. At last session there had been some pretty good work on with disturbance, but we hadn't got into the positive cognition stuff.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and check back in. All right. So when you bring in up that target of 6th grade and the girls on the field, what are you noticing now?
There's still not much there. Yeah, if anything.
Okay. 0 to 10, with 0 being no disturbance, 10 being the worst you can imagine.
And 0 can be neutral, right? Like
0
you said
can
that
be
last week.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 0 can be no disturbance, neutral to 10.
because there's no charge, so it's like neutralized. So yeah, I'd say that's a 0 is fair.
Okay. So, so what I would want to do now then is, being that there's no disturbance, we want to go ahead and look at the positive cognition. Okay?
Okay.
So you had said that the negative cognition related to this was...
I think it was. What'd your note say? I'm not good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you bring up this memory now, instead of "I am not good enough," is there a positive belief that would fit?
Well, I think I am good enough.
Okay.
What we wanted to work on is still what I'd like to work on.
Okay. Okay. So
I
that's
don't
what
think it's all the way there yet, though.
Right. Yeah. Then that makes sense.
Okay.
So what we want to do then is if we want to take that original target and any image or worst part, and take that positive belief of "I'm good enough," and when you hold those together on a scale of 1 to 7, with 1 being completely false and 7 being completely true, how true does "I am good enough" feel to you as you remember the target and that
It
worst
is a
part?
6. It's higher than I thought it would be.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a 6.
Okay, what do you think keeps it from being a 7? Completely true.
The existence of girls like that in the world.
Got it.
Like knowing that they're still out there. Like there's a couple I work with, there's a couple that I just, I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to notice the target with 6th grade girls, that worst part, that there are still girls out there that are like that. I'd like you to hold those, notice that, and we're going to continue to reprocess. Okay?
Cool.